Hello everyone, welcome to the channel of RD Automation Learning. So today we are going to cover severity and priority. We will be also looking the real-time examples of this concept. And let me tell you one thing, this is one of the favorite question that is asked in an interview, and you can expect at least 2 to 3 questions on this topic. The questions can be like, what is severity, what is priority, what is the difference between severity and priority, and then the interviewer might ask you to give some examples of high severity, low priority, or vice versa, right? So we would be looking at the real-time examples as well, so this would help you to clear the software testing interview. Now let us start with the definition. What is severity? Okay, so severity is nothing but the impact of the defect on the software. Okay, now let us assume if some particular user web links are not working and a user clicks on that particular link and the application crashes, right? So this is considered to be a higher severity because the entire application, the entire software is getting broken in this scenario. Okay, so the severity of this defect would be considered as high. So whenever if someone asks you what is the severity, what is the definition of severity, then just tell these simple words: it is the impact of the defect on the software. Okay, so this is very important keywords. If you will say these, if you will use these keywords in your interview, then the interviewer will be happy with the knowledge that you are having, and they'll be able to give you a green signal in the interview as well. Okay, now what are different severity levels? So those are, we can see there are 5 severity levels. So, so a defect can be critical, it can be a major, it can be moderate, it can be minor, or it can be a cosmetic defect. Okay. So these are the severity levels of the defects, of the bugs that are logged by the software tester. Okay. So when would you call a particular defect to be critical? Now, as we were discussing about a web application, the crashing of the web application, right? So such defects are known as critical because of these defects, the entire application is getting terminated. Okay, the entire application stops working. That's why it is critical. Okay, then comes major. Now major means one of the functionality or one of the behavior that is expected from the software, it is not happening. So then that particular defect would be called as major. Okay, moderate means when the results are not produced from the system side and it is bit of an inconsistent. It means the error is coming but it is not consistently coming. Let's say if I run the software for 10 times, right, and out of 10 the 8 times the software worked properly, but in the 2 times it was getting failed. So such defects, such bugs are called moderate because they are not consistently occurring. Then comes minor defect. So minor defect means they are not impacting much of the business of the customer. Okay, so it should be fixed, it must be fixed, but it is not the priority to fix that defect. Okay, because it is not harming the customer, it is not stopping the customer to work on the application, to work on the software. Then comes cosmetic. So cosmetics are related to the GUI issues. Let's say if some spelling mistake is there, consider like let's say if this different is there. So instead of different, they have mentioned as DIF and one F is missing and then ERENT. So such defects are cosmetic. Okay, they are not, they are related to the more of a GUI thing in the software. Okay. Now let us come to priority. What is priority? So priority is considered from a defect perspective. Let's say if we find out the defect, let's say we have found out some XYZ defect not working in the software. Now on what priority it should be fixed? Priority means it should be fixed on as early as basis, or we can fix it later. We can release the software considering this as a open defect. Okay, so these are all the decision making things that are considered with respect to the priority of the defect. Now priority indicates how soon the defect needs to be fixed by the developer. Okay, so such decisions are generally taken by the product manager or it can be taken by the customer or stakeholders. It basically impacts the time frame of the release, and these are all the decisions that a team would be taking, that software testers would be taking, in collaboration with the product managers or the customers. Now, as we saw the different levels of severity, similarly we have different levels of priority as well. Okay, so first it is high, then low, then medium. So high defects means they should be fixed as soon as possible. Okay, those are the blocker defects, those are blocking the application to work, so those should be fixed on a high priority basis, right? Then comes low. Low means a defect can be fixed in the later stages. Okay, because considering the timeline of the release, they are kept on hold, and they are fixed on a later stage. Then comes medium defect. It means such some defects are related to the environment issue. Let's say if one particular functionality, login, no, sorry, not login, I must say it can be considered as one of the behavior of the software that is working in all the operating systems, but it is not working in one of the particular operating system, let's say Windows 7. Okay, then such defects are called as medium. Okay, because they can be taken in the next release, because in other operating system the software is working fine, so the functionality is working, but it is a corner case, it is actually a random case that is happening with one of the operating system only. Now let's come to the examples of these high severity low priority. So there are basically four types of examples that you would be asked in an interview. These examples would be based on high severity, low priority, high priority, low severity, high severity and low severity, and high priority and low priority. So there are four combinations that I have made in this video. So let us start with the first example of high severity and low priority. The real-time example of this is, let's say if I go to the flipkart.com, right? And I can see a privacy link that is there on the lower part of this website. And if that link is not working, okay, so this is of a high severity because the link is not working, but it is of a low priority because this link is not usually clicked by the customers. There are very rare customers who will click on the privacy link. Many of us are just doing the shopping, adding the products to the cart, purchasing them, and all those stuff. We are not interested in all these links. But yes, it is of high severity because this link is not working. Okay. Then comes high severity and high priority. Okay. Let's say if I am trying to purchase some product, let's say this is a product on the flipkart.com that is available, and the product is of a wall clock, and I'm trying to purchase it, but this add to cart button or buy now option is not working. So let's say the use case of the website of the flipkart.com with respect to the flipkart.com is to allow customers to purchase some products from their website, right? So this is a core functionality. This buy now button is not working, add to cart button is not working, so there is no point of testing or using this website any further. So this is an example of high severity and high priority when such core functionality is getting broken. Then comes low severity and low priority. Okay. Yeah. So low severity and low priority means, let's say if you can see now, if you will open the flipkart.com in the IE browser today also, if you open it, you will be able to see this defect in the address. The letters are getting overwritten. Okay, the mail us address is overlapping the registered office address. So such defect is observed only in IE browser. Okay, so this is of a low severity and a low priority. Okay, so you can use these examples during your interview. So this will actually help you to not only clear the interview, but the interviewer will also get happy, okay, that this person or this student or this IT professional is actually knowing about the things of severity, priority, and I should hire them. Okay, now one example is low severity and high priority. So let me just change over here. Okay, now as you can see in the screenshot, the name of the flipkart.com. So this is just, I have changed the spelling over here. If you can find this defect on the flipkart.com website, the if you can see the spelling mistake is there. Now it does not impact the customer, it does not impact the user, but yes, it impacts the brand, it impacts the the image of the website, right? Flipkart.com. That is, so the name itself of the brand, the name itself of the website is not appearing properly. Okay, it should be FLIPKART, but instead of that there is a spelling mistake in this name itself. So this is of a high priority defect, it needs to be fixed as soon as possible, but the severity is low because it does not impact the user. Okay, if I see this website from an end user point of view, from a customer point of view, I'm able to purchase the products, I'm able to add them to the cart, and I'm able to get the products delivered to my address. Okay, so this is an very superb example of low severity and high priority. Okay, so we have covered severity and priority in this video today, and we have covered these four things: high severity, low priority; high severity and high priority; high se- yeah, then low severity and high priority, and then low severity and low priority. So whenever you are getting such questions in an interview, try to give some real time examples. These examples will actually help you to clear the interview and would give you a positive, would create a positive impression in the mind of the interviewer. So this would help you to clear the interview. And if you are getting any such type of questions or queries or doubts related to the severity or priority topic, or if you want any more real time examples on these topics, then please feel free to put a comment on my video. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Please share this link with all the people who are trying to clear the interview rounds of software testing. This is the video that would actually help them in not only getting a clarity of the topic, but also it would help them to what and how to answer in the interview, and what sort of examples they can give before the interviewer so that they can clear the interview. Okay, thank you for your time. Stay tuned for more videos.